Let's put the women and children to bed and go looking for fucking dinner, all right? On one, ready?
All right, this is the season.
What's going on? Yep, new intro, added some new shit.
Mark's never gonna stop tweaking, y'all. I was gonna work on that.
Yeah, I'm always gonna try some different shit. Yeah, I see on the side right here. I should have made the rich kid thing a little bit smaller and shit. So I'm at the move to the side now because my own body's in my own damn way. So yeah, I got to tweak with that a little bit for next week. Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Mavs Podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Rick, what's going on, bro?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot of rough couple days, but here we are, ready to rock and roll, ready to talk some NFL this week. I guess we're rocking with the NFL for a couple more hours.
Yeah, no doubt. What was he at? Week? Oh, four. I mean, same thing with week 1, 2, and 3. Like, this shit is so unpredictable this year, which I love. I mean, the parity in the league. I mean, like you got some teams undefeated, but it's not like they're super undefeated. Yeah, I mean, they
right. They're not just out here just bashing people. I mean, at any given time, these undefeated teams can lose.
Yeah,
and blow teams away.
I love it. All right. So what we got new this week? Of course, we're going to talk. The games that happened Thursday, Sunday, and then Monday.
We about the Monday game.
We also going to debut our first ever top 5 power rankings. 5 of Rick, 5 of mine. We'll sit and discuss because they're both fucking different. Then as usual, we're going to give our weekly picks for week 5. We're going to do our totals, season totals. Talk back like what we did last week. Don't know what Rick got going on in the background over there. Yeah, I damn sure got to make the rich kid part on this little motherfucker just a little bit fucking smaller. Because he gets like taking up half my screen. Like, get the fuck out the way. Fucking. Fuck it. Let's kick it off with the game. Last week. It's like every time I get online, every time I get on,
nobody wants to talk to you all day.
Word. No one wants to say shit all day long. Then as soon as I go live, this motherfucking phone just goes crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like, they're like, fuck, we see the motherfucker on live. Let's just blow his shit up.
Happens to me every time I turn on my Xbox. Somebody pops on like, yo, what's up, man? Like, bro, I just want to chill. Hard-ass day, man. I just want to fucking chill, play video games. Don't be calling me.
You just delete their ass.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with, I guess, the first game of the week. The first game of last week. We had the Cowboys taking on the Giants. Cowboys beat the Giants 20-15. Rick, what's your thoughts on this first game of the week?
My thoughts is, where's Greg at? We got Greg back here. I am not calling out Greg for his pick. He has a smart pick. I would believe on the Cowboys too. Where I will say I was a little bit more concerned with the Cowboys is they didn't beat the Giants by that much. The Giants stuck around a little bit too much for them. And that's kind of, where Dallas is right now this year. And like, yeah, you beat the teams you're supposed to beat. That's cool. But something is holding the Cowboys back, and I don't know what it is. So I kind of want to see where he's got, what his opinion on that was. That's just it. Right now, they're in their own freaking head, and they're in their own headspace. And I picked them to win last week, and they were damn sure pretty close to doing it.
I don't know. I mean, look, the name of the game is to win, correct? Yep. They came out. As I think Greg has said it last week, normally they drop like a 40 piece on the Giants.
Yep.
This game was a lot closer than what I thought. But then, they lost Lawrence, they lost Parsons, but even still, like, and I would say this without trying to catch a lot of heat. Real shit, Daniel Jones has not looked bad at all this season. If they can find a fucking running game, they can actually do some damage. Now, also what hurts
their running game. It's in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, true indeed. And you know what? And I was going to make a joke. I think I wrote it in the article that I did. The funny part about all that shit is Singletary is wearing Barkley's old fucking number. Like, I'm like, yo, you couldn't have picked another fucking jersey, dude. You had to pick 26. Like, what the fuck? But still.
I want to touch on your Daniel Jones point there, because a lot of people said, oh, he was underthrowing balls all game. He threw a lot of bad passes, blah, blah, blah. But, like, if you go back and watch those games, there was at least 3 or 4 passes that, okay, yeah, they weren't put in the best spot, but they were put where only his receiver can get them and hit his guys right in the hands, and down the field they went after hitting it in the hands. So I don't blame Daniel Jones on that at all. I mean, could he have placed a better ball? Okay, cool, yeah, maybe. But it still hit your receiver in the hands, bro, and then where you're supposed to hit him. Like, you want to fire directly in between the numbers every time?
Yeah, even Neighbors dropped a couple of passes. I mean, some passes were a little short, but however, the receiver made the proper adjustment. Mm-hmm. And once again, the ball still bounced off their hands. Like I was told playing football, if the ball hits your hands, it's catchable. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you underthrow it or overthrow it. If the ball touches your hands, you are supposed to catch the fucking ball. Neighbors, I think he had 12 receptions. I don't have the stats in front of me. I was actually trying to pull them all up right now. Mm-hmm. This kid is going to be a problem. Now, I think what hurt them, and it's not even this game, is the retirement of Darren Waller, the tight end. This team would be so much better if he was there. And Singletary's not a bad running back. He is not a bad running back. This is week 4. Give him about another week, another game or two. The O-line needs help, but at the same time, the team is not as bad as we're making them out to be. The defense is pretty fucking rugged, to tell you the truth. So 20-15, I don't believe in moral victories, but if I did, this is one for the fucking Giants.
Well, I'm going to go back and defend a little bit more on that whole Daniel Jones says. So when we talk about these passes that hit his receivers in his hands, it's not even like they went off their fingertips, yo. They still went, straight up dead center of the gloves, right through their hands. I can understand it's a little high, it's a little low, and it barely tips their fingers. Okay, yeah, that's a bad pass. But some of these, you had the whole window set up right there waiting for the pass, and it just popped right out.
In Dallas, shit, man. Look. It's they're one of them teams, and I put them in the boat with my Eagles. Dallas is one of them teams you just can't put your finger on. It's something's missing, but you don't know what the fuck. And honestly, it's the rushing attack. I don't know what the fuck made them think to bring back Elliott and then add Dalvin. This is not fucking 2014. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck they were. And they asked Jones hey, why didn't you go get Derrick Henry? Oh, because we couldn't afford him. Bullshit. Go sell some Pepsi. Derrick Henry was right there. If Henry is on that team, this fucking team is undefeated. But I mean, all right. So anyway, back to their shit. 20-15. That was a good win for the Cowboys. It was a must win for the Cowboys. But in retrospect, it still was a great showing for the Giants.
Right. A lot to look forward to there.
Yeah. I agree. I fucking hate the Giants, but I mean, it's not as bad as they're making it out to be.
No,
but a loss is still a loss, yo. You can't win a Super Bowl on woulda, coulda, shoulda. If that's the case, the Dolphins will have a championship. Oh shit!
Yeah. Not this year. They wouldn't. Holy God, they look bad. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I had my team going next. We're gonna skip those motherfuckers. All right, the next game we had, surprisingly for me, Bengals 34 defeated the Panthers 24. What's your thoughts on? Yeah, what's your thoughts on this year?
Did I have that as an upset? What did I pick there? Oh damn, that's this week. Bengals.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I did have the Panthers over the Bengals. Panthers hung about, and obviously they're a different team under Andy Dalton. You touched on it a little bit last week, but and that's the hard part. You can't even blame Bryce Young on this one. It's the pace of the offense is just moving a little bit quicker, and it's because you have a 13-year veteran there. I mean, a guy that's in year 2, what has he got, 17 games under his belt total, if that? He's not going to move the ball as quickly as a guy that's been there for 13 years. It's all muscle memory at that point. So, learning the playbook, okay, yeah, they're probably about the same pace there, but come on, dude. Like, I'm more concerned that the Bengals almost lost to the Panthers. What is going on in Cincinnati this year?
But this is nothing new. I mean, but like they got their look that Joe Mixon leaving hurt them. Let me see his replacement, Chase Brown, 15 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the problem was they couldn't stop the fucking Panthers from running the ball. Hubbard had 18 carries for $104 and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson. And you know what? I always go back to when my son was on the show. And he was like, oh, yeah, when Deontay Johnson comes to the Panthers, we're going to cause havoc. So for the first 3 weeks, I'm sitting here saying to myself, like, yo, what the fuck were you talking about? Deontay Johnson ain't done shit for y'all. However, Andy Dalton comes into the lineup. Deontay Johnson is looking like fucking Devontae Adams now and shit. So now I got to look at my kid like, damn, you know, you may know a little something, you little fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like, oh, shit. But once again, as you said, the Panthers do look different with Andy Dalton. I mean, maybe it's a veteran thing. I don't know what's going on. Now, same thing with the Cowboys. This was a much-needed win for the Bengals. Like, imagine losing to the fucking Panthers. I can't say imagine losing. Fuck it. Imagine losing to the fucking Panthers. They can't go down 0-4.
Right.
Burrow is still balling. You know, I mean, like, I don't. Rick is over here and everything.
I look like a floating head. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Burrow's balling. Chase only had 3 receptions. I don't know what's going on, but he needs to see the ball at least 7-8 times per game.
God damn. Yeah. I think the Panthers probably have a few more years of mediocrity before they figure it out. Whether it's a new quarterback, a new system, I don't know. They're still young. They're still figuring it out, but it's going to take some time. You don't go from being the best to the worst, or worst to the best in a year.
Yeah, I agree. Oh shit! All right, this next game, I don't. Yeah, this. I guess we got to talk about it.
Oh God.
Shit. The Broncos beat the Broncos beat the Jets 10-9 in what I consider a MLB game. It's like the motherfucking Mets playing the Colorado Rockies.
The Mets ain't scoring 9 points.
Shit, Mets in the playoffs now.
That's true. They have turned it around the past couple of seasons. I can't beat them out too much.
What's your takeaway from this? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to call this game right here.
I mean, it was a very sloppy football game, and that's not just saying the play on the field. It was very wet, cold, rainy, but that's still no excuse to lose to the Broncos 10-9, and that's not saying anything. And I'm not even going to discredit the Broncos, but when a passing quarterback has 60 yards on the entire day, and you lose, and you have a future Hall of Fame quarterback, we got some head scratching to do.
Not even that. They abandoned the running game. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that the Broncos don't play defense, because they do.
Right.
However, still, you abandoned the running game. Rodgers, 24 for 42, 225 yards. Bo Nix, what the fuck? 60 yards passing.
Yep.
60 fucking yards. And yet, you come out with a W. Like, I mean, according to players, They play the game to win. No one plays for stats. So if I got a quarterback throwing for 60 yards in 4 quarters and we come out with a W, I guess that's something to rejoice about.
Well, I think the biggest thing to take away from this game is that final drive. I don't know if you end up watching the entire game, but the final drive, Aaron Rodgers and his receivers were just not on the same page at all. There were 3 straight plays where he threw it to a spot, and his receiver was nowhere near it. And that's cause for concern. And that's someone jokingly said, well, that's why you go through the preseason. And that's kind of true, because at the end of the day, they're driving down the field. They get in the field goal range, and that's cool, but you missed a 50-yard field goal. But the ability to win that game was right there on the table, and you have a quarterback that can easily drive down the field. And it was like watching the Dolphins. It was terrible.
Oh shit! Not that you said the Dolphins. Oh shit! Oh damn! Not the Dolphins though.
I'm hating this week, man. We're calling them out. Got to hold them accountable.
As far as me and the Jets, like my thing is run the ball. Like I get it. Even if they're stopping you, you got Breece Hall and you got this new kid Allen. Run the fucking ball.
Right.
Garrett Wilson, like, dude, they're gonna lock him up. Like, I mean, not lock him up like cop wise, but you know, I mean, the defense is going to lock him up. Now you need the Allen Lazard. You need them guys to find a way to get open. Now Lazard is another Rodgers guy from Green Bay, so he should understand there should never be a miscommunication between Lazard and Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Never. The Wilson connection, I get it. They're still working through that. The preseason shit, that's just not them. Like, I mean, that shit, you can work in the preseason all you want. Game time is something different. It's just, if the connection is not working, it's just not fucking working. Do they need to do better? Of course, you're playing with a future Hall of Famer. Like, if you fuck up, and what gets me, cats come on, they get on Rodgers' ass. Oh, look at him on the sideline. Like, my dude, if I don't have a fiery quarterback who's getting in my ass for running the wrong fucking route or dropping the ball, I do not want to play for you. I do not want some passive-ass, punk-ass quarterback who can't get in my ass when I fuck up. That's why I never understood when people dog Rodgers out but praise Brady. I'm like, dude, Brady will get in your ass in a minute if you fuck up. Rodgers is the same fucking like you, dude. These, if I'm a receiver, I don't want to fuck up for them.
Yeah.
Just because of who they are. I don't give a fuck if I fuck up for Bo Nix. Fuck you, Bo Nix. But I don't want to fuck up for Rodgers or Brady or Young or Montana. No, I'm trying to catch. The ball is out of bounds. I'm trying to catch that shit on top of a water cooler.
Those are guys that are keeping you paid, man. You gotta.
So, like for the Jets, yes, it's going to take time. I think they got away from their running game. I think Denver took them out of their element. And yes, it was nasty. How I know it was nasty? Because I was outside working in the fucking nastiness that fucking Sunday. So I know, and they played in New York, so I know it was fucked up. But still, no excuse for y'all to abandon the run. The run sets up the play action. Especially,
there's no excuse for the weather, because that's the kind of weather you're going to play in come the playoffs.
Yeah. I agree. It's that loss was inexcusable. Plain and simple. They need to get their fucking shit together if I smack the shit out of Rodgers and the rest of the fucking I'm not even a Jets fan. I get flying fuck what they do. I don't know what
Rick got going on. Money, man.
Yeah, that's never I was gonna leave that shit alone. I'm looking at my parlays. I'm like, wait a minute. I got Breece Hall for like 60 yards. I think my man gained with like 4. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm about to call FanDuel like, yo, can I get a refund? Like, what the fuck is going on?
No lie.
You know what? I'm gonna skip this game. I got me skipping games because I want to talk about them. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do it now and then. I don't care. Yeah. Minnesota.
Oof.
Yeah. Defeated the Packers 31-29. Rick, what the? What's your thoughts on this right here?
I'm going to tell you, I think it's fair that we have to give the Vikings credit right now. You have to give Sam Darnold his credit right now.
Yeah.
I think I think it took a while for the Packers to get going, and they slowly started to come back. And I will say this, and I'm not throwing daggers at the freaking Panthers, and I will give them their props, or not the Panthers, but the Vikings, and they will give them their props. But I think if this game was 5 minutes longer, maybe the outcome's a little bit different. The Packers were making that late push. They just did it a little bit too late. And down the stretch, that's where I would be concerned as a Vikings fan is, will the conditioning hold out that deep in the year? Can they play at that level late in the season with the injuries, when the weather changes, stuff like that? It's not saying that they can't. It's just stuff that you're going to question right now until they can prove that they can keep that going for a full season. I think they're built to be a winning team, but at the end of the day, you're still going to question it. I don't think they're running the table right now. They are 5-0 or 4-0, but man, there was a lot of out of Green Bay there that I think Minnesota should be a little bit concerned about and has to make some adjustments. I think that's going to see where this team truly are once they make those adjustments. Will they rebound and have that kind of game again, or kind of highlight their success while minimizing those mistakes? Because a divisional team, they're going to come back on you. I don't know what else to say. Like, though we've said this time and time again, division opponents are always going to be tough, but I think there were a few things that Minnesota has to buckle down on coming out of that game.
I ain't gonna lie. They motherfucking 4-0.
Yep.
Later on in the show, you'll see what I think of them. But pertaining to this game, this is, I hate saying that word. I hate saying this. Must win. Again, for Minnesota, not for Green Bay. Mm-hmm. It was a must win for Minnesota because they got to prove, like every week they got to prove that they are deserving. Once again, the name of the game is win. I don't give a fuck if my team wins 2-0 on the safety. Mm-hmm. Because the name of the game is to win the fucking game. So I hear this shit all week in the chats about, this team should be blowing this team out. Let me give y'all a scenario on how I feel about the fucking NFL. The fucking Eagles and the fucking Cowboys are in the NFC Championship. Well, we know the Cowboys ain't gonna make it. I'm just throwing that shit out there. But now, the score at the end of the game is motherfucking Cowboys 35, Eagles 34. Mm-hmm. The analyst says, hey, Cowboys should have blew the Eagles the fuck out. So the NFL calls the Cowboys up and say, you know what? Call the Eagles up. Hey, y'all lost, but the Cowboys didn't blow y'all out. So we're going to let y'all go to the Super Bowl because the Cowboys didn't blow y'all the fuck out. That's not how this shit works. The name of the game is to fucking win. So when I see the power rankings and they be like, I ranked this team higher because, or lower because they should have blew a team out. No, bruh. The name of the game is to fucking win. Once again, Bo Nix, 60 yards passing, but his team walked away with the fucking W. So all of that blow a team out like they supposed to, you think these motherfuckers care? They want to win. The only people who care about that shit is us. We sitting on the couch thinking, some teams should blow the Carolina Panthers out because it's the Carolina Panthers. My dude, these are professional fucking players who make millions of fucking dollars. They don't give a fuck what we think. They want to walk off that motherfucking field with a fucking victory.
Yeah. Well, they got a contract that's laced with incentives, man. They're going to try to go out and achieve that no matter what.
Exactly. The Vikings are 4-0. We can talk shit about them all we want, but at the end of the day, they are beating who the schedule has in front of them. Mm-hmm. I can't talk shit about them because they are doing their fucking job. Like they're doing their job. Jordan Love returned, and while he did have a great game. What the fuck did Jordan Love put up?
32 for 54, 389, 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
3 fucking interceptions. Like. The Vikings defense, because we sit here and talk about Darnold and Jefferson and Aaron Jones, but we forgetting about that fucking defense. They forced 4 fucking turnovers on a playoff team. The Packers are a playoff team from last season. And yet, the Vikings still walked away with a fucking victory. And yet, people are still saying, oh, I'm still waiting to see them if they're going to fall in week 8, if they're going to sustain this in week 10. We're not there yet. We're in week 4. Mm-hmm. Let's stick to week 4. In 4 weeks, they arguably are one of the best teams in the fucking NFL. And they went, matter of fact, they went into Green Bay and proved it. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold, like Greg said last week or the week before last and the week before that one, hey, give Darnold 3 weeks and he's going to show you who he is. Right now, it's been 4 weeks and he's showing you that he's a fucking undefeated quarterback. That's all the fuck I got to say about that.
And let's give him his props because at the same stat line, 28 for 275, 3 touchdowns. Okay, you had an interception, but fuck, nobody's perfect. At the end of the day, Sam Darnold is playing like, a winning quarterback. I'd hate to say this because it makes me laugh every time I think it, but like right now, I would take Sam Darnold over my backups.
Well, who just said Broncos and their quarterback had negative passing yards in the first. Hey, bruh, look, Julio, I get it. They still came away with that W.
Exactly.
I'll take all them negative yards all day long. Get me that W. like I said, once again, Bo Nix in the Super Bowl. Dude got negative 10 yards passing, but they holding the trophy. Who cares about those negative 10 yards? At the end of the day, they got that Super Bowl. Like, for me, I get it. I like stats because I like to bet. I like stats because I play fantasy football. But if I'm a player, I want a fucking W. Yep. Bo Nix is still not the quarterback for the Broncos, but, that's neither here or there. He sucks hot ass. I ain't gonna lie, though. Real shit. But anyway, that was a great win for Minnesota. Like you said, against division rival. I think that was more important. That was against a division rival. So they're showing we're for real. And they did that shit on the road against a playoff team, not against Malik Willis, but they did it against Jordan Love. That was a great win for Minnesota moving forward. Next up, we got the motherfucking Falcons beat the Saints 26-24 in the NFC South showdown. Rick, what's your take back from this game?
My take is, man, fuck the NFC South.
Damn, bro.
I'm so look at this division is so. I feel like every year the NFC South, nobody wants to win that damn division, bro. Like, let's be honest, and it's been a while, but when was the last time? I mean, how many times in the past have you seen the NFC South send a team to the playoffs with 6, 7, 8 wins? Like, bro, that division is always up for it could be the last week of the season, and that division's still up in the air, and it's still going to come down to a division matchup like this one. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me bring up the stats on this because this one was still ugly. Derek Carr, obviously, he started off the first few games looking like the best team in the NFL, and it looks like he came crashing right back down to earth real fast. He went to being the Derek Carr of old and not the one that took the Raiders to the playoffs. Man. The Falcons, like you said, and we continue to go with Kirk Cousins going to give you 3 more wins a year, and this was probably one of them. At the end of the day, the Falcons, you said it early in the year that the Falcons were going to upset some teams this year, even if they might not be contenders, and that looks to be what's happening.
Yeah, I have faith in this Falcons team. I think this week coming up, I think they have Tampa Bay, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that. I think they got Tampa Bay. Once again, new quarterback, a bunch of young players on both sides of the ball. They restocked their defense. It's just learning each other, building chemistry, and just what happens, it's going to have to be done on the fly because Cousins was coming off, a fucking surgery. Then a bullshit with the drafting another quarterback, which I still don't understand what the fuck y'all were thinking. Mm-hmm. Y'all could have got another weapon. another defensive weapon. Like I know they're sitting back like, what the fuck? But yeah, that was a head scratcher. The Saints. Yes, they were the darlings of the NFL for 2 weeks. Now they're on the 2-game losing streak. I don't know, but I don't see no one sitting here really questioning them. I don't see no one really dogging them the fuck out either. So, like, they're on a 2-game losing streak. What the hell happened there? It's very quiet in the media when it comes to the Saints.
Right.
This was a great win for Atlanta. Once again, no matter how Rick feels about their fucking division, you know, I picked the Falcons to make the playoffs. Rick got some shit going on over there.
All right. Scenery change, man. Trying to figure this damn thing out. My shit is all jacked up today. What the hell?
Yeah. Great wins for Atlanta. Bad win. Bad loss for the Saints. You cannot fall behind the Falcons, and you cannot definitely fall behind the fucking the Bucks in that division. You fuck around, Carolina might pass your ass if New Orleans don't get their shit together.
Yeah.
So good win for the Falcons. And what the fuck was this game right here? We got the Texans 24-20 over the Jaguars. Rick, what's your thoughts on this one?
My thoughts on this one, first and foremost, is one, it doesn't look like freaking Trevor Lawrence is getting his double-digit wins again this year. Two,
you're wrong.
Wow. To be honest, maybe we gave the Texans a little bit more credit. Again, it is a division game. Hard to beat a divisional opponent, but they went from a very dominant team last year to we barely beat the Colts in week 1. They barely beat the Jaguars this week. They're not putting teams away, I feel like they should be, and we have to wonder if they're built for the playoffs just
yet. There we go, because they're not blowing teams out. They're not putting them away.
But let's be honest. So that's one of those things that you have to walk that very thin line. And like you said, okay, yeah, this is the NFL and these are professionals. But here's my biggest concern with the Texans. It's not even that they're not winning, because obviously they're winning, and obviously beating divisional opponents is huge, especially early on in the season when it comes to late in the season when injuries start piling up. My concern for them isn't getting the wins now, whether or not they win now, whether or not they're blowing teams out. My concern is the explosiveness down the stretch when you're facing those AFC teams like the Ravens and the Chiefs that can put up points in bunches. I have to see that out of them to consider them contenders in the postseason. Getting there right now, they're doing everything they can to kind of punch their card early, so to speak. But I wonder if they're going to be able to continue this down the stretch and into the playoffs when you have to face tougher, more explosive teams.
For me, once again, look, great win. Without Joe Mixon, you had to rely on, Cam Akers. What's that? 13 carries, 53 yards. Trevor Lawrence. I don't know what the fuck to say about this guy. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's not a great. He's right in the middle. It's not like he don't have weapons, because he does. He has weapons in the backfield. He has weapons, in receiver. I can't put my finger on it with this kid. But what we can put our finger on is their motherfucking 0-4 record.
Right.
Like, yo, you are 0-4. Once again, another team that's quietly not being talked about. If it was another team, the media be blasting the fuck out of Trevor Lawrence, but they're not. So that's our job to blast Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson and the rest of them fucking fuckers down in Jacksonville. You are 0-4.
Not only are they 0-4, they're 0-4, and the Dolphins' only win of the season is against the Jaguars. And the Cleveland Browns' only win this season is against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So not only are you just losing, you're losing to bad teams as well.
But you're a bad team. Not you, but even Jacksonville is a bad fucking team, so...
And they shouldn't be. That's the point. They have supposedly a $55 million quarterback. You don't pay your guy like a top 5 quarterback, and he hasn't won a single game yet this season.
Well, in all fairness, no, there's no fairness. Like, they suck. I mean, really. I mean, what was it, like 2 seasons ago? They were like the darlings of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But something is not clicking there. And more than likely, Peterson is going to find his way out the door probably before the season is over. Every team needs a scapegoat. And you're not going to blame Lawrence because you just paid this motherfucker all this money.
Right.
So the only person you can blame is Peterson. So Peterson is going to be gone. Should they have lost to the Texans? Hell yeah. Texans are a better fucking football team than them. So this loss was not mind shattering. It was forecasted. Like, we saw the loss coming. It just so happens that this loss dropped you to 0-4. So now you go on to next week. Like, Jacksonville, your season is over.
Already, right.
It's already the fuck over. What are they in? The AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a weak division anymore. And
they got to play the Colts this week.
Well, it once again, that depends on who the fuck is playing quarterback. If they playing Richardson, I might give them a chance. If they playing Flacco, fuck that. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. That's another discussion for the coach segment. I was about to talk about the coach right now. We ain't even know no motherfuckers yet. But once again, as we talk, great win for Houston. Without Joe Mixon, he should be back soon. He complements their offense, and we're talking about the Texans winning, and we're not even talking about Stephon Diggs and his involvement. It's still Nico fucking Collins.
Mm-hmm.
This, once again, they are 3-1, and we're talking like they're motherfucking 0-4. They're 3-1. They are where they should be at. Whether they should be blowing teams out by 20 or 30. Teams are gunning for certain teams. Texans are one of them teams that everybody got circled on their calendar like, oh, this is
everybody's trying to make a name for herself. Yeah.
And yet they're still coming out with fucking, the name of the game is to fucking win. I don't care what the score is. This is not college where if I run it up by 50, we get more points in the fucking rankings. This ain't college.
Mm-hmm.
This is the NFL where motherfucker a 1-point win gets you a Super Bowl trophy. A 1-point win in college gets you a number 2 ranking or a number 1 ranking. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Texans are 3-1 at the end of the day. Jaguars are 0-4. Terrible loss for the Jaguars. Good win for the fucking Texans. On to the next goddamn game. And what the hell do I have coming up next? Oh, hold on. Let's go to the comment. Let's see who's commenting. That might be you. See, yeah, I figured that was you. Wait a minute. So did the Dolphins? Wait a minute, Rick. How the hell you got like 2 damn fucking accounts up here and shit?
Look, because I don't have the access you guys, so I gotta respond on Twitter. I gotta respond on YouTube. I don't respond to both.
Gotcha.
It doesn't give me in the chat like that. Like, what the hell?
Right. Oh, matter of fact, we were just talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a good one to talk about. Colts defeated the Steelers. Well, the previously undefeated Steelers, 27-24. What's your thoughts on? What's your takeaway from this game?
So I'm watching ESPN earlier, and that automatically just sends my fucking blood pressure. But they're out here with their whole usual bullshit talk. The Steelers are frauds. The Steelers are 3-1, and they lost to a good Colts team. Shut the fuck up. First and foremost. Second of all, I mean, how many times are you gonna keep doubting Mike fucking Tomlin, dude? He just wins football games. Does he win all of them? No. And name a coach that fucking does. It's stupid to call them frauds when they're beating, even if, like you said, even if they're beating bad teams, they're still going to make the playoffs beating bad teams. Will they make it far in the playoffs? Probably not. They still got some shit to figure out, but they're going to get there. They're gonna get that check for playing the extra fucking game, dude. Like, they do not care. The Colts, on their other hand, good fucking win, beating an undefeated team. I will say one thing. Before I jump off the Colts here, because I'm still mad at them. Richardson got hurt and then was in it and got hurt the very next player. A couple plays later, like, why are you running a quarterback draw when your quarterback's or a quarterback run option when your fucking quarterback's hurt? And I'm not talking like, oh, is the pinky hurt? No, dude had, like, his hip was jacked up. Like, what the fuck are y'all thinking?
Richardson has to learn, like Tua.
Learn to slide.
Y'all gotta learn. Like, these young quarterbacks come into this motherfucking league thinking, I got something to prove. I gotta prove how tough I am. Like, so instead of sliding or running out of bounds, they want to dive head first into a fucking defender.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's nothing wrong with fucking sliding. You're not a bitch. You're trying to stay in the game. You're trying to give your team optimism. You're trying to give your team a chance to fucking win. That's what sliding is for. But y'all want to prove how fucking tough you are for an extra yard or even an inch of a yard where you can possibly fumble the fucking ball, get a concussion, hurt your fucking head, or like that bum ass Levis did last night, fuck your shoulder up. Because you want to prove how fucking tough you are.
Listen, this is the regular season, and you're not John Elway diving towards the end zone in the fucking Super Bowl doing a fucking helicopter. Bro, this is the regular season. Until you're in the big dance and you're making that big fucking play for the glory of winning the Super Bowl, dial it the fuck back a bit.
I agree. And then you're hurt. And I totally forgot that Flacco still was in the fucking NFL. I am not going to fucking lie. I was sitting at work. That's what we were going to talk about earlier. I was at fucking work, and I seen when Richardson got hurt. I think I turned around, and I went back out. I came back into one of the break rooms, and I heard somebody say, oh, shit, Flacco leading them. I'm like, Flacco who? I'm saying, like, oh, shit, that's Joe Flacco leading the fucking, leading the Colts. And I'm saying, like, oh, shit, all right. Flacco led them, 16 for 26, $168, and 2 touchdowns. If I'm Steichen, I'm looking at Flacco and I'm looking at Richardson like, who gives me the best chance to win now?
Right.
Like, we are 2-2. We once again, we talk about the AFC South. We are 2-2, where Houston is now 3-1. We're just a game behind. Supposedly the best team in our fucking division. And thanks to Flacco, we are 1 game behind them. So do I go back to reckless Richardson? Or do I go back to fundamental Flacco? Yeah, you see, I just did that shit with the but no, yeah, I really gotta sit and think about that. Richardson is reckless. Like, dude, you just came off a season-ending injury last year. Now you out here still doing dumb shit again this year when we need you. Now. Great win by the Colts. On the Steelers side, and you said it earlier, when are y'all going to give Mike Tomlin his fucking respect? Granted, it's going to come if he ever gets fired. It's going to come if he ever decides to leave the Steelers on his own. Right now, while he's still doing it, they're not going to give him his flowers. Why? Because deep down, they want him to fucking lose. It ain't nothing about the skin color before somebody starts tripping because he's a black fucking coach. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's that the man doesn't lose. Like, oh, it's an 8-8 season. Technically, that's a loss. No, the fuck it ain't. No, the fuck it ain't. It ain't fucking 8-9. So we'd rather be 8-8 or 8-9. Like, shut the fuck up. Tomlin gets the best out of his players because they all want to play for him. And no one wants to be that team that gives him that first losing fucking season. You don't think that sits in a player's mind? I don't want to be on the team that gives him his first losing fucking season. No.
Well, on top of that, and like, we can, not to cut you off on that, but God, like, he's had some bad teams, some real bad teams.
Had a Kenny Pickett team, like, and a Mason Rudolph team.
Yeah, we're having seasons where they had all these guys, like, they're the next big thing because they had a great season, and then they go to another team and they didn't catch 50 yards a game one fucking time. it's funny. He's had bad teams, but still finds ways to get wins. I don't remember the last time I said, man, the Steelers might not win a football game this year. It's been a long while, and there are some teams that I've said that early on in the season. I'm saying it right now about the Dolphins. They might not win another fucking game. It's wild to think about that people still, for whatever reason, cannot give that man his flowers.
And there is no more quarterback controversy in Pittsburgh. I don't give a fuck what we say. Like, look, I like Russell Wilson, but fucking Fields is 3-1. Like, and Fields is making a cat like George Pickens look like he's on his way to the fucking Pro Bowl. Pickens, what? 7 for $113. Like, it's George fucking Pickens. And once again, I hate to fucking say it, because my son also said this shit when he was on the show a couple of months ago. He mentioned George Pickens. I'm saying, like, this motherfucker is crazy. He mentioned Johnson, because once again, well, my kids are fucking Steelers and Panthers fans. I don't know how they get that shit confused. Just, I got weird kids to fucking begin with. But however, Nazir did call this shit. Pickens is balling with Fields. Fields rushed the ball, 10 carries, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He had an atrocious first half of the game, to the point where I was like, damn, if Wilson was healthy, I'm pretty sure Tomlin would have benched, would have benched them in favor of Wilson to start the second half. But then the second half started, and it was entirely different fucking fit. Fields threw for 312 yards. Like, that's not what you think of when you think of Justin fucking Fields. You thinking maybe $160 and maybe a touchdown, an interception, and a fumble. This season, this is a totally fucking different quarterback. And you know what? I'll wait till we go to another game. But there's a team up there that's in here thinking, did we make a fucking mistake? But that's we talk about that shit later though. But anyway, good win for the Colts. 2-2, moved the game back of the Houston Texans in the division. Not a bad win for the Steelers. I mean, not a bad loss for the Steelers, because eventually the loss was going to fucking happen. It is hard to tell to go undefeated in the NFL. It was going to happen. I think for the media, they wanted it to happen because they want something negative to say about Tomlin and Fields. But Fields is fucking balling. There's not. I would love for them to run the ball more effectively with Najee Harris. And wait a minute, is Warren hurt? Jalen Warren, is he injured?
Maybe.
Because I haven't seen too much from this motherfucker this year. I think people
injury update. Yep.
Oh, well,
could return in week 5. So yeah, he's been out.
So once he comes back, that's another added dimension to that fucking. That's 3 running backs you got in the backfield. I don't give a fuck what you say. Fields is a running back as well. So you got you got what's it got? You got Warren, you got Harris, and then you got Fields. So. Yeah, the Steelers are going to be okay. Yeah. As long as they keep relying on their defense, they're going to fucking be okay as they move forward. God damn it, I did it again. Just speaking of this other team, and here we fucking go. All right, the Bears defeated the Rams 24-18. Rick, what's your thoughts on this?
The Bears.
Bears.
I'm looking at the Bears, and we said it. They weren't going to be great this year, but they're going to surprise some teams. And one of those teams apparently was the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford, man, I don't know what's going on with him, but he seems to have lost a step. And there's a comparison I wanted to make, and it's kind of funny. And I will talk about the Commanders later on, as they still have not been covered. But I always compare, and the thing I was going to question here is, was the success of Sean McVay taking over a good but poorly coached Jeff Fisher team? You know what I mean? Because right now, here we are, a few seasons in. He had those 1 or 2 good seasons, and now he's transitioned to mostly his players and teams and guys that he's drafted. And the Rams have struggled the past few seasons. Let's be honest. Right now, they're 1-3, haven't won a single game on the road. The Bears aren't a great team, but they got to win. And they did it against Caleb Williams, who had an average day at best. Okay, so I think he's still missing. Not Keenan Allen? Who's the other receiver there? No, he had all three receivers.
Yeah. Everybody was there. Everybody's healthy for the Bears.
Dang. So, okay, I don't know. That's wild for me to think. I think the Bears are going to take a while to get started. I mean, Caleb Williams, he's only 4 games into his NFL career, and he's made some great throws. He's made some good decisions. He's going to struggle along the way. But if you're this Super Bowl winning coach and you've appeared in the Super Bowl another time, don't you think you should be a rookie quarterback who is struggling early on in his young NFL career?
Well, yes and no. The issue with Stafford is who the fuck is he throwing the ball to? His wide receivers are gone. There's no Cup. There's no fucking Puka Nuka, whatever his name is. Like, they're out. You throwing to fucking Denard Robinson and what's dude's name? Atwell? Tutu Atwell? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I mean, it's only but so much Stafford can do with what he's limited with. You still got Kyron Williams. He's balling. The defense is young. You lost Aaron Donald. Like, the defense is young. Stafford, he's out there playing flag football with the next door neighbors. And you're trying to be the Bears team who is starving for a win with a rookie quarterback. This was the Bears' game to win. If they would have lost this game, that would be a bigger fucking problem than the Rams not winning. I'm not saying I have sympathy, but trust me, as an Eagles fan right now, with no receivers, I understand Matthew's fucking pain.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, you march up there and, you got Williams as a rookie. You still got Keenan Allen, who I think this was his first game back, or I think he played, he's just getting his footing because, he been injured. DJ Moore, you got the running back with Swift. Like, everybody is doing their part. Once again, Williams did not have a so-called number one pick type of game, but he had a number one pick type of win. They are 2-2, and they are 2-2. They're where they should be right at this moment. And the Rams are where they should be at this moment, considering everything that they're going through. So, good win for the Bears. You won a game you were supposed to fucking win. Rams, just hold your breath. Hope. Yeah, I'm saying just hold your breath and hope that some help comes Stafford's way. Right.
Even though you got to make a move at the trade deadline. See what Devontae Adams is up to.
Hey. Damn it. Oh, wait a minute. Is Joe around? Here you go, Joe. The Commanders, 42, beat the Cardinals to 14. Rick, what's your thoughts on this game? Damn, 42. God damn, 42 points. Jesus Christ.
This is my apology game right here. This is my apology to the Commanders for saying I'm a man of honesty, man. I always say they were the worst team in the NFL going into this season. They have proven me wrong so far.
Ranked 32nd, though.
That's right. I did, and I will say they have proved me wrong, and I got to be on the bandwagon for now. I will say again, to that point, same thing I made about the Rams earlier, I have to wonder just how good of a team that Ron Rivera put together and left this team in a great position. I think Jaden Daniels has come in and had success because of it. He does have some talent around him down there in Washington. I did not expect them to beat the Cardinals because, again, the Cardinals are a team that I don't owe an explanation for. I don't owe an apology to. They owe me an explanation because they came in looking awfully hot against the Buffalo Bills and came within, a couple points of beating the Buffalo Bills, and they ain't done shit since. It's a head scratcher. I do not. Maybe I gave them too much credit. Who knows? But they don't seem to be the team that we all had faith in.
Yeah, I was sitting here wondering. I'm like, yo, who the hell is Rick talking to in the chat? So somehow my chat is going backwards.
It's split. It's fucking weird.
I'm thinking like, yo, why am I not seeing no fucking comments? But I see you typing. I'm like, then I had to, it's just going backwards for me. No wonder I'm missing all the damn comments. My bad, y'all. I apologize. I'm saying like, all right, I see Rick talking, but I don't see
the chat's fucked up right now. It's weirdly got some Twitter up here. It's got YouTube sandwiched in the middle, and then Twitter down here again. That's why I had to open up both tabs. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, all right, this is like new I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. Yeah, this is kind of wonky right now today. That's why I can't wait till we get a damn producer in here next week. All right, so all y'all know already. Okay, y'all heard Rick apologize because he did. He did. If anybody watched the preseason shit, Rick had the fucking Commanders ranked 32nd in the league, meaning like, yo, he had them ranked lower than a fucking pet. You know, I ain't gonna dog my boy Rick. I'm gonna leave it alone. Now, this week, wow, I like once again, I'm not comparing them to the Vikings, but yet the Commanders are surprisingly good with a rookie quarterback. Now, he's not putting up like massive Hall of Fame numbers. Like, what was he? 20? Damn. My man was 26 for 30? Holy shit. Damn, Daniels. Shit. Yeah, there's nothing I can say about that. Like, okay, Rook. All right. 26 for 30, 233 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Like, dude. Like, we gotta do interception. Like, motherfucker, name a quarterback who don't throw interceptions. Like, please stop with that. I think I said this to Greg the other day in the chat. Like, yo, we praise these receivers for catching the ball, but we gotta remember these D-backs get paid a ton of fucking money to stop you from catching the fucking ball. Like, they get paid to intercept the ball. So respect their gangster too. Kyler Murray. 16 for 22, $142. I've been telling Cass about Connor all season long. $104 rushing on the ground for Connor. Connor is a fucking beast. But then again, Brian Robinson Jr. for the Commanders, 21 carries, 101 yards and a touchdown. Marvin Harrison, it's still going to take him and Murray time to adjust. I really don't think Murray is the quarterback for Harrison, but I'm just going to let that one go. The same way I believe that no top receiver should ever play with Lamar Jackson. They're not the quarterback for a top flight receiver. That's just not their fucking game. Same way I kind of believe that with Jalen Hurts. That's just their look. It's just not who the fuck those quarterbacks are.
To touch on your point, I think where you're getting is those quarterbacks aren't airing the ball out the way that they should be. When you look at a quarterback like that, they're going to choose to run. They're going to extend plays by running. They're going to get the running backs involved a lot more. I think a read option plays a big part in that. They're not throwing, 20, 30-yard passes downfield. Not that every quarterback does on every play, but those guys take what's available to them and make plays happen. They're not looking for the explosive play. They're looking to keep the ball moving. And it's a tough line to balance at the end of the day because you obviously want the explosive plays because those are what win the games a lot of times. But in the same sense, that's kind of where the quarterbacks like that are kind of held back. They try to do too much, or they try to wait till the play develops, or they try to get too choosy with where to go with the ball. And I feel like that's where their biggest hurdle is.
Yeah, I agree. And if we joke about it in the chat, hey, look, the Commanders, the Red Tug, the fuck they are this week. Look, they're fucking 3-1. They're on top of the NFC East. No one saw this fucking coming. And yes, somebody out there in the world will always say, well, look at their schedule. Look who they played. Once again, this is not college football. They play who the fuck the NFL puts in front of them. Their job is to come out of that game victorious. Right now, they have done it 3 times and lost 1 fucking game. The fucking Commanders are 3-1. They have a rookie quarterback who is doing everything that he should be fucking doing.
Right.
And me, I really think they're only going to get better, not just this year, but years going as they start to build that team out. Look, I hate to say it because we're in the same division, but yo, hats off to the fucking Commanders, man. 3-1. Like, I did not see this coming. We all know Rick didn't see this motherfucking shit coming. Because he damn sure pegged them as the worst fucking team. And y'all, you know, I'm trying my best to look at the chats, but when I see this shit is wonky today, it is really fucking wonky. Like they got 7 o'clock tweets, whatever, mixed in with fucking 6:30 shit. Like I don't even know, you know, who to even put up here. This is about. But we will have a producer next week. Joe will be producing the show, so he'll be looking at the chats and all of that. Therefore, I don't have to do this. Rick doesn't have to do this.
I'm being muted every time I talk about the Commanders. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty much. This shit is nerve-wracking. All right, so move on to a game that should delight Rick because of the division.
Ooh, yeah.
The 49ers beat the Patriots 30-13. Rick, what's your thoughts on this bullshit game?
Hey, at least I got another team fighting me for last place in this fucking division. You know what I mean?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, yo. That's fucked up.
It's true, and I'll tell you all the things I'm gonna be frustrated with the Dolphins. But the Patriots, man, we knew they were gonna struggle. I told you early on in the season. I think we both had them at the 31st best team in the NFL this year.
Yeah, when you had the damn Commanders at 32nd.
But yeah, what has Jacoby Brissett done to warrant being the guy for them? And you know, that's not knocking the dude. Like, I think there were other options out there. He obviously wasn't it. They're struggling. Damn. You got a new head. Well, let's call it like it is. You've got a guy that's been a backup his entire career, and you said, you know what? To give our guy a chance to play next year, we're going to start him this year. What sense is that? If he's not good enough to start, why are you going to make him your starter? You're basically tanking the season, expecting to lose this year at that point. Now, granted, the dude didn't do terrible, 19-32 for freaking 170, 68 yards. Okay, you did it against a good San Francisco team, but dude, come on.
It's let me see. All right. 49ers won a game they should have won. I can't say anybody going against the Patriots because their defense is not slack. But the 49ers won a game they should have won. Purdy did what Purdy should have done.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a point. Like for San Fran, that's a veteran team. Penalties. Mm-hmm. Stop the fucking penalties. 6 penalties. And let me see. Time of possession. It's only a 3-minute difference.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, the name of the game is to fucking win. The 49ers did what they were supposed to do as a veteran team, a team with Super Bowl goals, is beat the Patriots. Take away from this game is still, for one, where is Brandon Ayuk? That is still one of the biggest mysteries this season. You wanted money, you wanted to be traded, you wanted to come back. You like motherfucking catch the fucking ball.
Right.
It's on the Patriot side of things. The quarterback he's just holding it down until the rookie is ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting too much weight in fucking Jacoby. No, you're just holding. Me personally, I'm like, fuck it, put him in. Put May let May rock. Just like, dude, you won one game, you're 1-3. Now the sad part is, I mean, you're not going to win a division. You're probably fighting. I don't know. You're fighting for 4th and 3rd because you're not going to beat Buffalo and you're not going to beat the Jets. So Dolphins. I'm sorry, and we all know why Dolphins suck right now. Like let's keep it above. We're not saying that Dolphins are a bad team. We know why they suck. There is a reason that they are terrible right now.
I'm gonna get to that too because I'm mad about that.
They're not like the Patriots. Patriots just suck because they fucking suck.
All right.
You're 4 games in, nothing is clicking. Put the rookie in, yo. let's see if the rookie can spark something. And then you have no receivers also at the same time. Now, once again, back to the chat. I see Rick typing up shit. Shit is popping up. But it's like, I'm sitting here saying, because I see him saying, yes, sir. But on my screen, I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? Because no one's saying anything.
Yeah, the bottom is all just me. Looks like I'm talking to my damn self.
Yeah. So on my end, I'm like, who the fuck is he responding to? Because I can't see the fucking responses.
Steve's in chat. I got him over on X over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see Steve is going in. Steve been typing up a motherfucking storm. But like I said, on my side, I can't. I don't know what's going on. So I'll just let Rick handle that shit because I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I know we'll jump back into that conversation. If you're gonna wait to put Drake May in, I think it's a save your season moment, and not in terms of, hey, you're gonna turn it around, you're gonna win the division. Save your season. Show the guys that are at the end of their contract that this team is worth being involved with in the long haul. You know what I mean? If you got good players that are in a contract year or close to a contract year or might demand a trade in the offseason, y'all got to do what you can, get the rookie quarterback in, find that spark and say, okay, we see a little bit in the kid. Let's stick around for a little bit longer. Maybe we can make something out of this. If not, you're going to keep rolling Jacoby Brissett out and leave the rookie for next year. You're going to see a lot of free agents walk right out of that door because the Patriot way ain't the Patriot way anymore.
I agree. Ready to talk? Look, good win for the 49ers. You got to keep pace in that fucking, that division that you're in because Seattle ain't nothing to fuck with. Patriots, like, yo, just put the fucking rookie in. What the fuck else you got to lose? Like, this season been over before the season fucking started. Put the rookie in. All right, on to the next one. We got the talk of the. Can I say this? How do I say this shit? The team, the talk of the. I don't know. The team of all the talk right now today. The fucking. I'm about to say the
both good and bad.
Yeah, both good and bad. The Raiders 20 beat the. Why the fuck are y'all still in NFL? Cleveland Browns 20-16. Rick, what's your takeaway from this game?
The Raiders won. It sounds that's probably the most generic statement you can make. But like the Raiders, we talked about it, week in and week out that the Raiders aren't going to be that great. They have a great coach ahead of them. They got a coach that their players believe in. But your expectations for the Las Vegas Raiders are kind of low this year. They're going to beat some teams. They're going to upset some teams. The Browns wasn't an upset. The Browns are saddled with frickin' Deshaun Watson, who is a shell of his former self and is not playing. Why they're rolling him out every week? You might ask yourself. It's because the contract he's got, they're not paying that guy that much money to ride the fucking bench.
Facts. Big facts. I want to say good win for the Raiders. I want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad win. Right now, just tank, motherfucking. Like, just tank. Like, for real. Because
every game you win gets you a worse quarterback.
every fucking game you win, you're hurting yourself. Because there's no way in hell you're riding with Aiden. I forgot his last name.
O'Connell.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell. And there's no way in hell you're giving the keys to Gardner Minshew. So,
right. You
have to motherfucking tank to get who you want to get. And maybe you will get fucking Sanders. Shedeur Sanders. Like, dude. You or Beck out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You dude, stop winning fucking games. and you know what? Maybe you wasn't even trying to win this motherfucking game, but the Browns are so bad that somebody had to win this motherfucking game.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson was giving y'all the game. Like, here you go. You want to take it, fucking giving you pick sixes. Like, dude, this is not the game you want to win. So I would say bad game. And we all know what's going on in the news today with Adams. And what hurts my heart is, we talked about it earlier in one of the earlier episodes. Like, hey, Adams, I said will not be here, but by the end of the season, you knew he was going, and I was going to write an article about it. And then I think when you shared it in the room, I was like, these motherfuckers. I didn't get a chance to even write a fucking article before they announced the news that, hey, he's pretty much up for grabs. And not up for grabs. He's up for grabs for a bag of Doritos. a second round pick. Like what you're pretty much saying is, hey, and I'm not one for conspiracy theories. I'm really not one for that shit. But I find this shit amazing that the moment that the fucking Chiefs lose their number one receiver, all of a sudden this motherfucker's up for fucking trade and shit. Now, I don't know if the Raiders are going to trade within their division. I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that shit because I got my own place I would like him to go. But, like, there's no way in hell I'm giving Patrick Mahomes Devontae fucking Adams.
No, if that ever happens, just I think the NFL. We've joked about it, the NFL being rigged for years. If that fucking happens, I'm out. Like, I'm done. That is so fucking whack.
Like, there is no fucking way that the Raiders, being who they are and their rivalry, can sit here and say, like, yo, matter of fact, you give me a second round pick and some Skittles, and I'll give you a fucking Pro Bowl I said tight end, a fucking Pro Bowl receiver for a second round pick. Here you go, Mahomes, who has won back-to-back Super Bowls, and you're already 4-0. I'm gonna give you arguably a top 5 receiver, so y'all can just demolish the rest of the fucking NFL. Fuck this shit.
30 other NFL teams can have him for a second round. The Chiefs wouldn't get him for 4 first rounds out of my book. Fuck out of here.
No, there's no way in hell. If I'm the Raiders, I can do that trade. Now, and once again, conspiracy theory shit. The Jets are fucking struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, we all know, everybody and their mama know where the fuck Adams wants to go. He wants to go to the fucking Jets. I don't give a fuck what, like, I get it. He left Green Bay. He didn't leave Green Bay because of fucking Aaron Rodgers. He left Green Bay on some other. Green Bay front office is bullshit.
Because they wouldn't pay him.
Yeah. So now he got a chance to reunite with Rodgers, but I said
this to a buddy of mine who's a Jets fan. I said they're already setting it up. ESPN is already way too excited for this shit, for this story to break, so they have something to talk about for 2 fucking months. Because they already started with the bullshit. Oh, are you worried about the Jets offense now that Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 26 games? No, because 5 of those games, he's only been in the Jets uniform for 5 of those games. The other 21 games were with the fucking Packers. You should be worried about their offense. Fuck the Jets. You don't worry about the Jets offense after 5 games. Fuck out of here.
No. And what is the name of the show that and I watch this shit almost every day that I'm home, that Greeny be on. I'll say Greeny because like he's the biggest Jets fan at fucking ESPN. He's gonna be pissing on himself tomorrow morning.
All sorts of excitement.
Because once again, if I'm a Jets fan, I'm loving this news. I'm pretty sure Rodgers is texting this motherfucker like, yo. But at the end of the day, like he has no fucking say somewhere he goes. He might like to think he does, but I still got an article coming on that. I was writing that shit the minute that the news. That's why I was late coming to the motherfucking show. I was trying to get the fucking article written. But anyway, look, bad win by the Raiders. Because you should be. Tanking is bad. We know it's bad, but we also know what happens. Raiders, you are one of those teams who should be fucking tanking right now. I ain't trying to win no fucking games. Like, if I see interception coming, drop the fucking ball, bro. Pick 6, drop the shit. If you got to pick 6 and you like on the 5-yard line about to score, fumble the ball.
Unless I'm one interception away from my next bonus level, I ain't fucking with that.
Word. Like, y'all should not be trying to fucking win. This was a bad win by the fucking Raiders. Even worse loss by the Browns. Y'all just fucking stink. But good news. Good news. They have opened the practice window for Nick Chubb. I think he's going to make a difference on that. Myles Garrett is kind of fucked up with his feet. Like, that team is going through some shit. But the main thing they're going through is their quarterback. Like, yo, I know somewhere they sit back like watching, why the fuck did we let Flacco go? You had no choice because you can't pick Flacco over Watson because of what you're paying Watson. But Watson is not the answer.
You only paying Watson because you were too dumb to just ride it out with Baker Mayfield, who was a playoff quarterback, and then you threw a bunch of money at a quarterback who was only great when he was losing in Houston.
Yeah. What did Julio say? Cleveland Browns are stuck with Deshaun Watson. You're right. I mean, unless you go to jail. I mean, sorry, let me stop that shit. Him, Diddy, R. Kelly. Like, yo, that's just wrong.
Browns fans just better hope he's on that tape.
I'm saying, probably over there rubbing baby oil on the football and shit. That's just wrong.
Oh, God.
What Steve say? Raiders are better than the Browns. That's all. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, once again, you got a coach. It's like Tomlin. You got a coach in Paris you want to win for. So I mean, it's hard to tank with a guy like that that you believe in, that you want to play your best for. It's hard to tank for, like, if I'm in Pittsburgh, I couldn't tank for fucking Mike Tomlin for a draft pick. I couldn't tank for Pierce. So I kind of get it, because you want to play for that coach. You do not want to see them coaches get fired. However, like, dude, y'all fucking suck. You need draft picks. Let Pierce and them build this fucking team from the ground up. He inherited players he did not choose. So, just tank. Fuck out of here. Sorry, y'all. All right, next up. Oh, well, talking about these fuckers, here they go right here.
Whew.
The Chiefs beat the Chargers. Oh, somehow I missed the fucking parentheses on the 7. I'm sorry, y'all. Bad typing. All right, anyway. Chiefs, 17. Chargers, 10. Rick, takeaways from this game. How the fuck I missed that?
First of all, the Chiefs, man, the Chiefs are hurting. Let's call it what it is. The Chiefs are going to be without some players for a little while.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, even with those players, the Chiefs are just fucking winning, bro. And that's just what it is. Patrick Mahomes had a pedestrian day by his standards. You know what I mean? 19 for 29 for 245 doesn't sound like, the gunslinger that he was a couple years ago, where him and Josh Allen scored like 6 touchdowns in 2 minutes between the two of them, okay? But at the end of the day, they're still finding ways to win the game. Travis Kelce finally showed up and doubled his receptions in one game. But you also lost Rice. And you got taken to you by a division rival who is struggling themselves. A win is a win, like Mark says. But Justin Herbert, man, if Justin Herbert was a little bit better that game, I don't think the Chiefs win that game. I really have to throw a freaking wrench in. Is Justin Herbert that guy right now? Because everybody says, he just needs a great coach. I'm like, what is Harbaugh? He took a freaking team to the Super Bowl. Like, he's a Super Bowl coach. You are supposed to be a quarterback guy. You're supposed to elevate the guy to the next level. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that with Herbert. 16 to 27 for 179. That sounds like backup numbers. He was hurt. He's still hurt. I think he's still got that ankle injury. I'll give him a little bit of slack, but how many more excuses are we going to make for him down the stretch? Every year it's, he did this. Oh, he doesn't have that. He does this. He doesn't have that. Maybe he's just an okay quarterback, and that's fine. They've got to build a better team around him if that's the case.
That's it right there. A front office sucks ass. You let Keenan Allen go. You let fucking Mike Williams. Like, what the fuck? What y'all thinking? Like, you paid this man all this money and then say, you know what? Let's take away the players who help you earn this money. I get it. You gave him. Sorry, a little under the weather here. You gave him running backs, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. So you just pretty much took Baltimore running backs and just put them in the backfield and say, hey, we're going to rock with you guys. But you took away the receivers who made Herbert.
Right.
So and like you said, you give him hardball like, hey, you're a quarterback whisperer. But dude, if he ain't got nobody to throw the fucking ball to, how much whispering is going to help this little motherfucker?
Maybe it's time to stop whispering and start shouting. Fuck.
Like, in my opinion, like the front office screwed him. Like, I mean, granted, y'all gave him the money, but then you took away what helped him earn the fucking money. Do I think they should tank? No, because I'm not tanking for no fucking wide receiver. I'll tank for a quarterback, but I'm not tanking for a wide receiver. That's another player. Like, if you were to give this man Devontae Adams, it totally changes the landscape of this team. I'm not saying Adams should go to to LA because I don't want him there either. Once again, that's still another in division. I mean, another division. I was right here, in division opponent. So I don't think the Raiders would do that.
And I'm gonna jump in on that. I think the Raiders could and should do that.
No!
At the end of the day, look, you don't want it to go to a division rival. You don't want to hit it in the long run. But first and foremost, if you're gonna tank, send them to the team that has the best chance of maybe challenging the fucking Chiefs. You know what I mean? Send them to a team. Send them that can knock him off and bring that team back down. Give your opponents, give your division better weapons to help defeat the freaking mega boss over here while you build the staff around your team. It's just, I don't want to see it, but I really freaking will not watch the NFL the rest of the season if Davante Adams goes to the Chiefs.
All right, so you're saying if he has to go within the division,
right?
You would prefer him go to the Chargers,
right?
All right. So, since you put it like that, if we had a choice of a division team, okay, then I would say yes. Go to the fuck it. Send the motherfucker to Denver. Let him go play with Bo Nix.
Oh, you really want to have a bad time? Go play with Bo Nix. No offense, Broncos fans, but he ain't there yet. He ain't it.
All right, but as we always say, good win for the Chiefs, even despite what happened on the negative side for them of losing Rice. Look, Chiefs are 4-0. Once again, you win good, you win big, you win small, you win ugly. Who gives a fuck? They are 4-0. That is still a team to be reckoned with, despite their shortcomings with their injuries. And Kelsey somehow not playing the way that we all think he should play, but that still is not a guy that I would count out when the lights are bright.
We did it last year, and look where that ended up.
Yo, these guys are on a 3-peat run, despite whatever. Oh, shit, I ain't looking at the time. Damn. All right, yeah.
We're cruising.
So, hell yeah, good win for the Chiefs, Chargers. Yeah, see y'all motherfuckers next season, son. Next up. No, sorry. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck? Look, this game was, I don't know. All right. Ravens beat the Bills 35-10. Rick, what's your thoughts on this game?
I could not be happier. I don't even get the words out, man. I'm so excited the Bills lost. And it's not even just as an AFC East rival, man. I'm so sick and tired of people saying the Bills are going to be it every fucking year. The Bills. Until the Bills can beat a fucking team like the Ravens in the playoffs or the Chiefs in the playoffs or any of these playoff caliber AFC teams, shut up about the fucking Buffalo Bills. Like, I'm sorry. That is the bitter AFC rival in me, AFC East rival in me. But at the end of the day, I think we saw what Buffalo really is and what we predicted would be this year against a good team. We said Buffalo would take a step back this year, and you saw them take a step back in this game. The Ravens, I called that the Ravens would be one of the top teams in the NFL this year, and they would have to prove it against teams like the Bills, and they did. I know that sounds contradictory, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen has had his way in his early games, and then he finally played a little bit worse than what we expected. Like, you expected the Bills to have some struggles this year, but this game showed that there might be more than you think.
The win against Dallas was a great win. This was an awesome win. Mm-hmm. Conference win against a team that was undefeated. Buffalo was riding high. So for Baltimore to do what they did, actually, especially coming off a win against Dallas the week prior, this was a eye-awakening win for Baltimore. This is a win that the NFL did not want them to have, because you didn't want them to beat the Cowboys last week and then topple that with a week against Buffalo. I mean, with a win against Buffalo. Like, now, just
don't give the Ravens any steam.
Yeah, they're 2-2, but they feel like a 4-0 team. Like, they're 2-2, but they don't feel like a fucking 2-2 team. Because now, once again, they're not using all their weapons. Mark Andrews again was, he was not present. Zay Flowers. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but he's not what he should be coming to what he did last year. Yes, this is Lamar Jackson and fucking Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did one of his Derrick Henry things with that fucking, 98 yard, 92 yard run?
87.
87.
Yes, sir.
That's not going to happen every fucking game.
You go by like they were saying this too. You're like, oh, he still got it. Dang.
However, yes, the threat that it can happen at any given moment is a fucking issue. Now, if Jackson can start finding his fucking receivers, if he can get his chemistry back with Mark Andrews,
yep.
I don't want to play this motherfucking team. No team wants to play this, especially the Chiefs. They don't want to see this motherfucking team. We know Buffalo don't want to see them again. This is what I talk about when it comes to when I talk about power rankings and shit. You look at these two type of teams and they go head up. If they play head up and somebody does the rankings and say, hey, Buffalo's still better because it's Buffalo. Nah, motherfucker, they play head on up. Look, great win for the Ravens. It was not really a bad loss for Buffalo. It was not a bad loss. Like, you're going to get your ass whipped out of 17. Like, it's 17 games in the fucking season. You're going to have bad games, yo. Fans really have to understand that. Like, they want their team to go fucking 17-0 every fucking season. It's not going to fucking happen. You're going to have bad games. I just think they had a bad fucking game. Like, you can say at the worst time. Any loss is the worst time. They just had a bad fucking game, and Buffalo took advantage of that. Jackson took advantage of that. Henry took advantage of that. The fucking defense came to play. Like, everything went Baltimore's way. Great win for the fucking Ravens. Bastards. Yeah. All right, next up, because we still got to do the fucking top 5 shit and then the picks and all that shit. Move that up. You know what? We're going to skip that shit. Yeah, we're going to skip that one. All right. Lions last night. This is a fucking unbelievable game. Lions beat the Seahawks 42-29. Rick, what's your thoughts on this game?
Got to give it to the Lions, man. We'll talk about the Lions a little bit more in a bit here, but the Lions came out and proved that they were ready to fucking play. And I told you last week, and the reason I picked the Seattle to win is because they had such a solid defense, and Detroit rolled them.
That was a great fucking game. Like whenever you thought that a team was running away with the game, you know what? Not a team. Whenever you thought Detroit was running away with the fucking game, Seattle, had an answer. A couple of drop balls. What I don't like about Seattle, and I hate to say this for the fans out here, Metcalf. Metcalf's a head case. Reminds me of Terrell Owens. Like, he's too busy talking shit on the field to focus on the field. Like, I'm watching him last night. You too busy join with motherfuckers. Like, dude, you're one of the biggest players in the NFL, like Owens was.
This ain't a rec league. You know what I mean?
Like, dude, stop bitching. Give your quarterback a target. Kenneth Walker the third, is it the third or the second? Kenneth Walker, that motherfucker. He's a problem. He's coming back off injury last night and had a hell of a fucking 3 touchdowns last night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Had a hell of a game. Now, once again, because to speed up the time, great win by the Lions. Great fucking win by the Lions, and not a bad
loss for the Lions.
By the Seahawks. So great win, Detroit. Oh, and fuck all you golf haters. Like that motherfucker's a quarterback, yo. He's a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Oh shit. Do your thing, bro. I don't even want to say that.
I'm stepping out for intermission, man. I'm fucking done with this team. No, listen, let me tell you something that I'm pissed off, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Everybody in the Dolphins community right now is looking for fingers to point, whether it's Mike McDaniel, whether it's Tua being out, whether it's this, that, the next thing. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to point the finger right at the general manager who is in charge of this team, and I'll tell you why. Chris Grier needs to be held accountable. And the main reason that he needs to be held accountable is you take a look at what Mike McDaniel did for Tua and to make him successful and he make him this great quarterback and the number 1 passing offense in the league is you tailor-made an offense for Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, that's great. But now that he's hurt, you did not provide Miami with the quarterback with a similar skill set to have the same success. And yes, nobody is as accurate as Tua. He gets the ball out of his hands a lot quicker than most quarterbacks are. But that's what you should have been looking for in the interim, because you knew he was injury prone when you signed him. That's why it took so long to get a contract done. If you have a guy that can get the ball out in 2.3, 2.5 seconds, you're not going to get a backup quarterback who's going to have the ball out in 3.5 fucking seconds. If you got a quarterback an offense that's based around timing and accuracy, you're not going to go out and get a backup quarterback who can't throw the ball fucking accurately. You got to get a guy who has the same skill set as your starting quarterback, so there's not this big fucking drop off should he get hurt. And guess what? He got hurt. Your team looks like ass.
Damn, not look like ass.
Call it like it is. Miami, this is a stat, and it makes me sick to my stomach. The Dolphins have not had a lead in 4 fucking games. They have not had a lead in 4 games. The only reason they won a game, they kicked a last-second field goal against the fucking Jags, who are 0-4.
Being though I was off last night, I was kind of forced to watch some of the game because
tortured by the sounds of it.
It was an early game, and I feel bad for the Dolphins because
they have the talent. That's sad.
Tua is just not any fucking quarterback. Like, he's just not any quarterback. If that was the case, then Thompson would have came in and threw for 800 yards, or Huntley would have came in and threw for 900 yards. So it lets you know why they paid Tua what they paid him, and just unlucky circumstances for them.
But that's just it. I want everybody to stop saying he's a systems quarterback, or saying he's got all these fucking weapons and that's why he's successful. Now y'all can shut up because you see how bad the team is without him.
Yeah, they suck ass. But then you're missing what I would call a touchdown generator in Mozart, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Like Achane, he's good, but when they're together, they are better.
It's a different dynamic, yeah.
But once again, it all goes with like Tyreek Hill is a monster, Waddle is a beast, but Tua is the heartbeat of that team because Waddle and Achane and Hill, they're still there. So I'm watching the game last night, and I'm like, well, of course, I bet money on Hill to do some things. I'm saying, like, do they know he's playing? But then again, like, what can you do when a defense is set up to stop you because they don't trust anything else? Like, they can pretty much take Hill out the game and Waddle out the game, which they did. It's sad. Once again, it was a good loss for the Dolphins. I hate to say it because no one picked them to win the fucking game in the fucking first place. But I
think you did.
No. We both picked the Titans.
Oh, did we? All right, cool.
Yeah. I'm not picking the fucking Dolphins with 2 or not in the fucking game.
Yes, sir.
But the Titans on their side, great win. They needed that motherfucking win. Levis, you're a fucking bum. Mason Rudolph would have liked. I mean, they're not going to start you because they still got some undeniable faith in this little fucker over here.
Competing for the ugliest interceptions in NFL history over here.
I haven't seen you read the man lips on TV. I did not see him. This motherfucker like 6'7", 800 pounds. How did you not see him?
You did not see a defensive lineman, bro.
but okay. You ain't my motherfucking quarterback. I got my own issues with my own quarterback. But at the end of the day, look, good win for fucking Tennessee. Y'all needed that win. Yep. So look, hats off, Dolphins. Look, I know why y'all
the fuck out. Like, what are we doing?
I know why y'all suck. I'm not gonna say Dolphins are a terrible team because we know they're not. They're just missing their most important fucking piece, and that does change shit. So good win by the fucking Titans. The last game before we jump into the I guess the picks or whatever we're gonna do next is my bullshit team.
I'm gonna let you go off this time.
As you said, I don't, and I told Rick, the only thing that's bad about us doing our picks on a Tuesday is that we never know what the injury report is going to look like. We both picked the Eagles to win. Next thing we know, everybody and their mama's out. Is it an excuse? No, I'm gonna tell you why it's not an excuse. Because I watch golf. Yes, golf got Brown but it's not who he had. It's the way he was throwing the fucking ball. I don't see that what hurts. And granted, you're throwing to John Wilson and Paris Campbell. I'm looking at them like, who the fuck are these dudes? I remember your names, but there's not much you can really do. They're like, oh, you got Barkley, you should win. Dude, when you stack in the box, ain't so much Barkley can fucking do.
Yeah, you're daring him to throw on you. And,
so you're saying throw it, but then you're playing with receivers who weren't with you even in training camp. They signing these niggas completely off the street. So I'm like, all right, so cool. I'm going to follow that loss because we all seen it fucking coming. So once again, it goes back to, oh, fuck Nick Sirianni. Fuck this. I'm like, dude, same thing is going on in with the Rams. Who the fuck do you want your quarterback to throw the ball to? Like, there's no one to fucking throw the ball. The defense got shredded. They got their ass handed to them again after shutting down the Saints. I don't know what's going on with Fangio in the fucking defense. To me,
fuck your Fangio.
I would just say just blitz, but once again, that's not who he is. I expected the loss. I'm not torn up about this loss. Seen the motherfucking shit coming. Mm-hmm. Like you know your team, you know your fucking team. They're gonna fucking lose this fucking game. We got a bye week coming up. Cool. Let's get healthy. You lost Brown. You lost 2,000-yard receivers. Same thing with the Rams. And then you lost arguably one of the best offensive linemen in the fucking NFL. And and fucking Lane Johnson. Like, them three dudes were not playing. Then Slade went, like, it was a bunch of bullshit happened. That's cool. Accept the loss. I ain't got too much to complain about because I seen it fucking coming. Good loss, bad loss, good win for the fucking Buccaneers. Good win. I praise the Buccaneers team. I think they are a great fucking veteran fucking team. Cleveland,
Baker getting what he deserves.
Yeah, Cleveland, you are the dickheadedness of dickheadedness teams. Because Baker Mayfield has been balling since he went to Tampa Bay. And
the sad part is, wasn't it the season he won 11 games the year before, and they're like, nah, we're good.
Yeah, now they came back like, come back. But once again, good win for the Buccaneers. Eagles, look, we got the week off. That means I don't have to write no fucking scathing article about how much y'all fucked up and shit or all that shit. I'll wait till next motherfucking week. But look, 2-2, I'm not fucking complaining. Our number one receiver has only played one game this motherfucking year out of 4. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be once the defense get their shit together. And they're like, oh, Kellen Moore is a fucked up play caller. Dude, ain't too much he can do.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm going to design a play for John Wilson, John Ross. Yeah, that don't even sound right coming out of nobody's fucking mouth. But once again, they be the fuck all right. All right, so that's going to end the motherfucking portion of what happened this week. Now, before we begin, I'll be trying some new shit. I'll be fucking around with these graphics and shit. All I ask for everybody, hey, just pay attention. Hit the damn subscribe button on fucking Team MBS YouTube. Go hit the
fucking trying to quit my job over here. Y'all share me out.
On Team MBS on fucking Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, and follow. Do whatever it is you got to do. Like, yo, it'd be like mad people in the room watching. Like, dude, even if it's 10 of y'all, just go ahead and subscribe, son. We ain't that for much.
And that's just it. If you want to know what the fuck we're gonna do next week, because we say all the time, usually at the end of the show, and we'll save that banter for later. But like, we don't know what we're doing next week till about the end of the week. So if you want to know what's coming, you gotta subscribe because we'll probably put it up earlier towards the end of the week.
Yeah. Now, let's get to this new shit that we're doing this week. This is a power rankings of the top 5 teams. I have to give a disclaimer because everybody does power rankings different. Like, and I get it. It's your show or you're the guest. You can do power rankings however the fuck you want to do it.
Yep.
Look, feel what you feel. My thing is, if you rank a team a certain way, please give give a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, we are in week 4. I don't want to hear shit about what you think a team could do in week 10. That's
they
why
got
you
a good strength of schedule, blah, blah, blah.
That's why you got them ranked number 1 or number 2, because I see potential in them in week 8. I don't give a fuck about week 8. It's called week 4 power rankings, not week 7, not week 8. It's called week 4. Week 4. So I seen that shit before. Like, oh, we got a team ranked number 3 in the power rankings. Oh shit, why you got to rank higher than this team? Because I believe they're going to be better than this team by mid-season. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I see the potential in them. Well, then, motherfucker, when that potential happens, then you rank them where the fuck they should be ranked. Boy, yeah, everybody know, like, last week, I was pissed. Anyway, so we're going to start off. I did some shit with Rick, so we're going to start off.
Whoop.
Yeah, let's start off with Rick's pick first, because that was some wild shit. So hope y'all like the new design.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Always. Woo.
Now y'all can't see our faces because the Rich Kid thing is kind of, like I said, I gotta work on that. So y'all can see me waving and shit. Have fun. All right, Rick, describe your top 5.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, the Chiefs, obviously, again, they're on a road to a 3-peat, the first ever NFL 3-peat. The Baltimore Ravens put a stomping on the Bills like that. We knew they were going to be towards the top. I know a lot of people be scratching their heads with the Lions. I got to give the Lions a lot of credit. They were great last year. I think they had the number 1 scoring offense last year. And then they showed it against a very good Seattle defense this year. So I'm going to put them right towards the top. I know a lot of people are scratching their heads with the Texans. We talk about how they're could or could not be. A lot of that is potential, and we shouldn't be talking about potential. But right now, I think the Texans are still finding a rhythm this season, and I still think that they're a tough team to beat. I would love to have put San Francisco a little bit higher, maybe put them with 3 or 4, but I don't know. I feel like they're struggling a little bit more this year than they would. Like, I feel like last year they were probably 2, 3, and then this year, just watching the games they've played, they've kind of slipped a little bit. But I said it to you in the chat. I think honorable mention goes to the Vikings. It's very hard to put them in the top 5 for me because I know Steve's probably mad at me for that one. But at the end of the day, even though they're not allowing a lot of scores, they're still allowing a lot of yards, winning football games. I think they could easily slide into the 4 or 5 spot. But at the end of the day, like you said, this is week 4. If that momentum continues to roll, it's going to be hard to keep them out of the top 3, top 4, top 5.
Now, the good thing about these lists is we can debate them. Now, I have some questions.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got the Ravens. We got the 2-2 Ravens sitting above the 3-1 Lions. What was the reason for that?
I think the Lions are very offensive based. I think they have the ability to win games with explosive plays. The 2-2 Ravens, I think they're more of a complete team. And we know, those who know me know that I have called out Lamar Jackson in the past. But right now, based on what I'm seeing of play, not even from the record, because like you said, we're not talking about potential. This is not where I see them 4, 5, 6 weeks down the road. I see the Ravens as being a tough team to beat, and just the Derrick Henry of it all. The Lamar Jackson can make explosive plays. Baltimore was my early pick early on to not win the Super Bowl, but to be in contention for the Super Bowl. They're there every year. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that Baltimore has a more complete team than Detroit. I almost put Detroit at number 2 because they have such a powerful offense. I think I just looked at the rankings of where they were on both sides of the football, offensively versus defensively, and I saw Baltimore closer to the top in each category, and I kind of slid them in despite their record.
All right. Number 5, we got the 49ers. Now, they are 2-2. And somehow, you don't have the Steelers up here at 3-1. You don't have the Vikings up here at 4-0. Please explain that 49ers pick over those teams. And the fucking Seahawks.
It's sad because every single one of those teams were on that cusp for me. I'm like, bro, you know how many times I'm sitting there and I'm like, Ravens, Lions. Then I'm like, damn, I should have the Vikings in there somewhere. The Packers might be in there somewhere. The Commanders are playing a respectable amount of good football. They were so hard to keep these teams out of the top 5. The 49ers are not, and again, should not be at 5 if we're talking about where they are now. They're not firing on all cylinders. So were they at 5? Yeah. But I mean, they're playing good football, and I hate to keep dogging this dude out because he's playing like a real NFL quarterback as he should be. But I mean, they're playing great football with a freaking Mr. Irrelevant dude. Like, this team has talent, and it's hard to beat that level of contention.
Look, like I said, anybody's power ranking is their power ranking. As long as you can defend it, that's all that I care about. As long as you can defend your picks,
Don't just copy and paste.
like you got the Ravens as the second best team in the NFL going into week 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're on a 2-game losing streak, but they also lost 2 motherfucking games prior. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, once again, you got an undefeated team like the Vikings, who many will feel deserve to be in a top 5. But,
right.
Rick says, fuck y'all Vikings. They don't deserve to be in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Steve got something to say. He got Commanders at 5, Chiefs at 4, 49ers at 3, Buccaneers at 1,
Vikings at 1.
and Vikings at 1. I mean,
Buccaneers so I'm going to explain my Vikings pick. I didn't mean to jump in there because Steve brought it up. I mean, the Vikings, man, it's just the Vikings defensively, and everybody's talking about how good their defense is, and the defense hasn't allowed a lot of points, but like they're allowing a lot of yards, and I think dominating the football on defense. They're that bend but don't break defensive style they're running is working fantastically for them. And again, I had them at like maybe 5.5. I think they're right at the edge of the top 5 for me.
Now, I'm gonna tell you my issue now, and I'm surprised Steve didn't say anything. As I mentioned earlier, and somewhere along the line, I'll probably make a mistake as well. We talk about head-to-head matches. The Vikings did beat the fucking 49ers head-to-head. So that's where I have my issues at with certain power rankings, is that they play head-to-head. So if you comparing a team saying, hey, this team is better than this team, we can actually say the Vikings have beaten the 49ers head-to-head this season. So that 2-2, I mean, that 4-0 trumps that 2-2 because they are 1-0 against the 49ers. That's just my opinion.
You know what? And I won't argue there. I mean, that's what I said. Just a gut instinct. I put the 49ers at 5. I had the Vikings there, and after looking at the statistics, man, I was just like, you know what? I played the numbers. I'm not saying that they're a better team. I'm not saying that was a gut instinct that I just drew a name out of a hat. I played the numbers, and I was like, right now the 4.
Oh shit!
What up?
Oh, there you go.
I heard, oh shit.
Yeah, I almost fucked some shit up.
All right.
Once again, look, like I said, I'm with it. Your list is your list. My biggest thing with power ranking people is just defend your list and just don't come with the bullshit. Like you defended you defended the Niners at 5. Most are like, yeah, because they won last week and I like them. And that's it. Like, dude, that's not like, because we got teams with better records who have done better things. But if you feel in your gut like Ravens are the second best team, explain why they're the second best team. Just don't be like, they're second best and that's it. Take it. You
saw Stephen A. pick it, so that's what you're picking,
Yeah. Like, no, fuck that. So, like what you did, I respect that. So once again, Rick has the 49ers at 5, Texans at 4, Detroit at 3, Baltimore at 2, and the undefeated Chiefs at 1. All right, that's Rick's pick. Now, I guess I got to put mine up there, huh? Yeah, mine is, y'all might not like my shit, and at this point, I really don't.
He's got all 5 teams, the Eagles, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
Pretty damn much. Like, Eagles are ranked 5 through motherfucking 1. Now, here goes, here go my picks. I got the Texans at 5. This is, once again, it's not on that potential shit, because this probably was the hardest pick at 5. Because,
5 was the toughest one for me too. I'm like, there's so many teams that deserve to be there.
Like, when I say I wasted a half hour on this number 5 choice, because you got some of the teams you can put there. You can put Baltimore there. You can put San Fran there. You can put the Steelers there. You can put the fucking Seahawks there. It was just so many teams. I'm saying, like, God, dog, the Texans, it's simply because of not what I think they can do, but it's also what they have done. But we can say that about Pittsburgh. But offensively, I don't think Pittsburgh is better than Houston. So therefore, that knocked Pittsburgh out of it for me. Now, if Pittsburgh would have went 4-0, that's a different fucking conversation that we're talking here. Because you win in 4 games and you went out 4 games, undefeated. So I got to look at you a little bit differently. But since they lost to the Colts, it kind of let the Texans slide right the fuck into that 5th spot for me. But offensively, I still think Houston is a better team offensively than Pittsburgh. Hell, I think they might be a better team defensively than Pittsburgh. That's why I had the Texans at 5. Why don't I have Seattle at 5? Seattle is a great offensive team as well. We know what they can do. But I think their offensive players at times
it's inconsistent.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. And then they're just getting their running back. So next week, we might see them put up, great yardage. And Seattle was also undefeated heading into this game last night?
Yes, sir.
So once again, like I said, that 5th pick was so fucking hard.
Absolutely.
And anybody don't like the rankings, trust me, we could take that 5th pick and move them with someone you like. Like, trust me, there is no argument there. That's how hard it was for me. So I'm cool with the 5th pick being.
I wanted the Bucs in there somewhere too. That was a tough one for me.
Yeah, and as you see at number 4, I got Tampa Bay, and they came in and dusted off my Eagles team. But they're running the games they are supposed to win. Yes, they had a bad showing against Denver. I say that because every team is going to have a bad fucking showing. They had a bad fucking showing. But I'm not going to count out Baker Mayfield and the boys what they have done through the first 4 weeks of the fucking season over a bad showing. There's only a few undefeated teams in this fucking league. The Bucs are 3-1. The Bucs are solid across the board on both sides of the fucking ball. That's why I have them at number 4, ahead of the Texans, ahead of the Steelers, ahead of the fucking Seattle Seahawks, ahead of the 49ers. I just trust the Bucs more, what they have done in their, in their 4 weeks. I had the Chiefs at number 3. Why I don't have them at number 1 is because, honestly, keep it a buck, I look at their competition that they played. The toughest team that they played was fucking Baltimore, and that was a fucking week 1, and they lost that game by a toe. And I know Rick right now probably pulling up their schedule and shit.
Nope.
But they are a great team. They are 4-0. I cannot discredit them being 4-0, and I have not discredited them being 4-0 because you beat you play who the fuck is in front of you, and they have done that. Are they a complete team? No, they are not. They they struggle, but they pull out victories. That don't mean that they are the top team in the fucking league. No. Their opponents have been pretty little inferior, but once again, you play, you play who the fuck's in front of you. But I still gotta give them love because regardless of not having a true number 1 receiver and Kelsey not playing correctly, their running back is out, they're still fucking winning.
Right.
So that's why I have them at 3. I have Detroit
and
Lions.
they still got Andy Reid.
I love me some Reid, bro. I got the Lions at 2. This is a strong ass fucking team, yo. Watching them last night, I'm sitting here like, God damn! Like this team is for real, and they're young.
Right, that team's built for longevity there.
Yeah, that team is just that team is young. Golf is playing out, out of this fucking world. The running game, holy shit. Them two dudes. I remember watching Carolina back in the days. They had like a double trouble with oh my god, Jonathan Taylor and what the fuck was the other running back name? Jonathan Taylor and some other kid. I forgot the other kid's name. That's what
after we get off air.
It'll come after I get off air. That's what Montgomery and Gibbs remind me of. Like the Lions are serious. Hutchinson ended up like that. Oh my god, that fucking defense. And then they were missing Branch. Like their defense was not at full strength last night. This is a team not to be fucked with at all. They were a play away from going to the Super Bowl last year. This team is the truth. Now, I have them at number 2 ahead of the Chiefs because, honestly, they played a tougher fucking division. They have played tougher fucking opponents, and they are complete. This is a complete team. Now, what happened next week?
Well coached, too. Well coached.
Thank you. And so many people laughed at the fucking Dan Campbell shit. Remember a year ago was whatever, he was crying and shit. Oh, they got a bitch of a coach. Nah, bro. Once again, that's the coach your players want to play for.
Right.
Now, number 1, I know Steve is jumping up for joy right now. I cannot ignore these fucking Minnesota Vikings.
His keyboard's on fire. He's typing so fast.
These Vikings, as we stated earlier, they have beat the 49ers. They beat Green Bay. I'm trying to go off memory because I don't know their fucking. Who else? Was it Houston? They beat Houston. We're talking about three playoff teams last season that these Vikings teams have beat.
That's fair.
What other team in its rankings can say that? That's why I have them at number 1, and they have done it without losing a fucking game. They have not had that bad game yet. So some people can say, oh, well, it's coming. But guess what? It has not come yet. In the 4 weeks, it has not come yet. So once again, that means you're ranking them on what the fuck you think they're going to do in week 8.
Right.
Right now, they are 4-0, and they have beaten 3 playoff teams from last year. How the fuck can you not respect them? Oh, but they beat the Giants. Well, guess what? They were supposed to beat the fucking Giants. If they would have lost to the Giants, you'd be saying, oh, shit. Well, they were supposed to – you're like, no, motherfucker. They beat the teams they are supposed to beat, and they're beating the teams they are not supposed to beat.
Right.
How can you not have them in your top 5, Rick? You know what I'm saying?
I told you, man. They're there somewhere. Just
I can't front. Like it was like doing the top 10 is so much easier. The top 5 is so fucking hard to do, yo.
Especially early in the season.
But that's why I have them, as my number 1 team. They are. It's not that they are a surprise team. Yo, you put 3 playoff teams in their first 4 weeks of the season, and they beat all 3 of them motherfuckers.
Right.
And Texas was they did their thing. Green Bay, playoff team, they did their motherfucking thing. I forgot who else they beat. I just said that shit, and that's how quick I fucking forgot. I'm fucking old. And San Fran.
Yep.
Like, yo, they're beating teams they're supposed to lose to. That shit is, it's a win for me. You got to get kudos to that for me. So that's my 5. Texans at 5, Bucks at 4, Chiefs at 3, Lions at 2, and Vikings at 1. You want to know why? We both gave y'all good reasons why we pick who the fuck we pick. And it's not because of what we think they're going to do 3 weeks down the fucking line. It is what they have done in the 4 weeks that we're ranking them. So when you do your fucking rankings, make sure you do them correctly. Yeah, that shit got personal. That shit got personal real fucking quick. And y'all probably saying that, what the fuck they talking about? Trust me, y'all. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's jump to because the show. Yeah, we're gonna go over 2 hours because I can't fucking help it. Something wrong with me. All right, we're gonna jump into our. To our picks real quick that we do every motherfucking week. So,
fans of the Masked Podcast, time to get our scorecards out. It's that time again. Mark and Rick give their weekly NFL picks. Who will come out on top?
Jesus, we can't pull away here.
No. See, but when I was looking at the fucking the number shits, right, and I'm saying like, yo. Once again, I watch ESPN. Those motherfuckers they like fucking 16-29. Like, dude, we got 38. I'm saying we each got what 38 fucking picks right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, we above 500 right now.
I'll say, pay me, fuck, I'm putting you on TV. I mean, I ain't got the face for TV, I got the face for radio over here, but that's cool.
Like, bro, fuck Stephen A. and them. Like, yo, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, as fucked up as these 4 weeks have been, we picked correct shit 38 fucking times. Even
man, I don't need 15 million. You can give me $1 million a season. We'll call it even.
Like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. Now, so what happened is, all right, last week, even with the craziness, we both, I don't know how the fuck this happened. We both went 10-6. Like every fucking week, yo, we keep thinking the other one is gonna pull ahead and shit.
And we pick then like our weird, like I was saying to Mark earlier this week, y'all, like yesterday, I'm like, dude, I picked games that I shouldn't have won, and then we won on them. And the games that I picked that were obvious, like the team should have won, is where the difference maker was. Like it's so bizarre this year.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was gonna jump ahead of your ass this week because you were thinking some crazy wild ass shit. All right, so
the early games hurt. I was like, ooh, that's ugly.
We got 10-6 this week. So for the season, well, as y'all saw in the fucking fucking journey so far, we're fucking 38-20. We're tied 38-26. That's some good fucking picking. A couple of crazy shit happened. All right, so boom, here we go. Week 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is where I always fuck up because I always got to grab the fucking ESPN app because I always go like way out of fucking line and shit. Like last week, I was skipping teams and all kind of fucking crazy shit. So we're gonna jump to the score shit so I can go down the fucking line correctly and pick the right fucking joints. All right, first up, we got the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
Ooh.
See, here we go. I picked the Bucs. Rick picked the fucking Falcons.
Yep.
Wait a minute, hold on. What the fuck is this? Oh, the fucking cat trade just went official. Yeah, that. All right. NBA next week for a fact. All right, so Rick got the Falcons. I got the Bucs. Y'all need to write that shit down because this week is the week I'm going to whip Rick's ass. All right. Next up, we got the fucking Panthers and the Bears. We both went Bears. So that means the Panthers are going to fucking win.
Roll them too.
Word. All right. So we both picked the Bears. All right. Next game, we got the Ravens. No, what? See, once again, I jumped somewhere. Oh, we got the Ravens and the Bengals. That's right, because I fucked up when we both picked the Ravens. The fucking Bengals suck ass. So that means the Bengals might upset the Ravens, but we both got the Ravens. Next game, we got the Jets and the Vikings. We both went with the Vikings. No one got faith in fucking Aaron Rodgers. So Vikings for both. Vikings for both. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yo, did I do that correctly?
I don't think I picked Did I pick the Dolphins? I might have freaking rolled the dice on my team this week.
Yeah, because I looked at it, I was like, Rick Buck.
I did. I don't know why, but I did.
All right, so as y'all see this, I picked the Patriots. Rick picked the Dolphins. Like I said, you got to have faith in your team. I don't have no team to pick this week because we're going to buy, so fuck that shit. But I got Patriots. Rick got Dolphins. Next up, we have the Commanders and the Browns. We both went with the Commanders. Yeah, that's not a fucking stretch right there. Oh shit, I went past the joint again. Next up, we got the Jags and the Colts. Mark went with the Jags. Rick went with the Colts. Then we got the motherfucking Texans and the Bills. Shockingly, we both went with Houston. The Bills should be pissed off, but we both think the Texans are going to pull this one out. Broncos and Raiders. All right, I went with Broncos. Rick went with Devontae Adams will not play for you no more, Raiders. 49ers and Cardinals. This might be a good fucking game. We both picked the 49ers, so that means the Cardinals will win this motherfucking game.
Kyler Murray had the game of his life.
Hell yeah. Man. We got the Packers and the Rams. We both went with the Packers, so that means Matthew Stafford will throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. In fact, some bullshit going to happen. All right, Seahawks and the Giants.
Sorry, Giants fans.
I got a strange feeling that the Giants going to win this fucking game. But We both went with the Seahawks, yo. So
Hey, Neighbors is out. If Neighbors is out, man, that should be a win for the Seahawks. But I can't. I'm not jinxing anybody. Like
we got Cowboys and the Steelers. We both went with the Cowgirls. Yeah, I know.
And you know it hurts Mark to pick the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck those motherfuckers. All right, next up we got the Chiefs and the Saints. All right, different picks. I got the Chiefs. Rick going with the Saints. I hope I'm right.
Sir.
I'm tired of fucking being tired. And we got, if I'm not mistaken, what we got? We got the Titans versus who the fuck are they playing? Did I skip over that shit?
Hold on. Titans.
Who the fuck are Titans again? Oh, they are Tennessee. I'm bugging the fuck out, yo. I'm like, who the fuck are the fucking Titans? I don't even see these motherfuckers up here.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm bugging the
Are
fuck
they on a
out.
bye? We picked them to win on a bye week, y'all. Whatever.
We bugging the fuck out. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. My bad, y'all. That was last week's. I'm saying like, yo, no wonder I don't see them up. So okay, yeah, that was last week's take. Yeah, because I never deleted it. All right.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, I don't even have it on my sheet. Where the hell are they?
I'm saying like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck did I just do? All right, so that's how we. So that was our.
We're definitely winning the bye week.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's our picks for week 5. Let me see. Anything else I'm missing? All right, so y'all know how this go. Next week we will have a producer. Joe will be producing the show. That means Rick and I don't have to look at the chat. He's going to handle all of that shit, behind the scenes shit. I'm so happy about that. But next week we're going to do the NFL breakdown for week 5. Then we're also going to do half of the show will be some NBA because training camp is starting. There's some trade news going on. So it's going to be half NFL, half NBA. We may throw some baseball. Wait a minute, hold on. Before we even get off the air real quick, let's see what the fuck is going on in the baseball world. What the fuck? All right, so the Tigers beat the Astros in game 1, 3-1. Watch out for these little sneaky little fucking Tigers, yo. Yo, this is a young team. Like they always say, like you so young that you don't even realize the moment that you're in. Like this is the Astros they're beating. The cheating, like let me stop all that cheating shit. Fucking they won. But look, 3-1. The Tigers are not a team to be taken lightly. I think they got 86 or 87 or 88 wins this year. The Tigers are not to be fucked around with my man Raleigh Green, Torkelson, Scoville. I know I pronounced his name wrong. Matter of fact, I think Scoville pitched today. I think he went like 7 innings today. But anyway, Tigers took game 1, 3-1. Holy shit. Oh, Kansas City beat Baltimore 1-0. What the fuck? Yes, y'all. The Kansas City Royals are in the fucking playoffs. They beat highly favorite Baltimore 1-0. They take a 1-0 lead in the series. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. And right now in the top of the 9th, the Mets are beating Milwaukee 8-4. 8-4. Like Mets is that team that I do not want my Phillies playing. Not because we're division rivals, because they're fucking hot right now. Like when you want to win a World Series, it don't matter if you got the best team. It don't matter. It matters how you're playing going into the playoffs. Right now, the Mets are the best team going into the playoffs. They are fucking hot and they're healthy. Their pitching kind of sucks ass, but they're everyday players. Are Lindor, fucking Alonso, fucking JD Martinez, fucking young kid Francisco Alvarez, Bador. Once again, it's like hockey. I pronounce these names all fucked up, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all follow the fucking game. Nemo. Like, yo, these dudes are smoking hot right now. They're beating Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee. Milwaukee got a good starting lineup, but this Mets team, man, they're fucking rolling. I still think they gave away game 2 yesterday so that Atlanta can make the playoffs and shit. And I know Arizona's kind of pissed right now. Like, damn, y'all, like, really, y'all can play a little harder and shit. Like, that probably was the quickest game ever. I think that game lasted like an hour. That shit was quick as fuck. But the Mets is that team that I was scared to get into the playoffs, especially as a Phillies fan. I do not want to see them. But if they win, they will have to come to Philly, and I do not want that. They scare me. But they are up 8-4 in the top of the ninth right now. And, you know, ESPN kind of slow, so knowing them, it's probably like the bottom of the ninth right now. But they are up 8-4 in the first game of the series. Padres and the Braves play at 8:30. Of course, I want to see Atlanta lose just because I just don't like them. Like, I just fucking hate the Braves. I fucking hate the Padres too. But you know what? I just want the Phillies to play the Dodgers like in the champion. No, fuck that. I just want to forfeit, and the Phillies just won the World Series on forfeit. Like, that's all. Like, I don't even want them to play no more. Everybody just forfeit. But Braves and Padres at 8:30. Tigers win, Royals win, and it looks like the Mets are going to win. So that's day one of the MLB playoffs, y'all. Now, once again, as always, man, thank y'all for tuning in for another great show. Of course, oh shit, we really went like 11 minutes. Okay. Oops. Yeah, whoops. Now, be on the lookout tomorrow. Team MBS with their ranking roundtable. I believe it starts at 8:15 or 8:30. Hosted by Thomas Brown. I think tomorrow is an all-female version of the ranking roundtable. So this shit is going to be really interesting. There's going to be like 3 ladies running the roundtable. So trust me, they all know they shit. So this is going to be really, really fucking interesting right here. Yeah, Julio. I know Monty's a big Mets fan, so I'm not even trying to fuck with Monty right now today. I'll hit Monty up when the Mets lose because it's the only right thing to do. But on another note, man, once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another great show. I'm hungry as fuck.
Hell yeah.
My chicken and shit. So with that, yo, you know, as always, you know, we'll see y'all, next week, man.
All right, later.
Later.